The New York Knicks have seemed to drop into a little slump after losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, and I'm here to break it all down. What up, y'all? It's Mr. New York or nowhere. Queens get the money all day, every day. Dariel, let's get right into today's video. The Minnesota Timberwolves just came into the Garden and beat the Knicks 116 to 99. Karl Anthony Towns did not play. He has that sprained right thumb, I believe, and I also believe there's like a small bone chip on the same hand, and I think it's on the thumb as well. So with Karl Anthony Towns not playing, Jericho Sims started at the 5, and Precious Achua was the backup to Jericho Sims. And that was our big man rotating lineup. Ariel Hukporti didn't play. He got super garbage minutes. I don't know. It's just seeing Karl Anthony Towns out of the lineup and seeing what we have available to us it's a little scary. Now tonight's game, Anthony Edwards went off, one of the better players in the league. Obviously, Anthony Edwards went off for 36 points, 12 of 21 from the field, 8 of 13 from 3-point line, converting all 4 of his free throws, grabbing 13 rebounds, dishing out seven assists. So Anthony Edwards having an amazing night. Absolutely, that's what hurt us as well. But one of the things that really stuck out to me is the perimeter defense. Tonight wasn't really our best showing, and we have OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, which is interesting because OG is looked at as one of the better perimeter defenders in the league. Mikal Bridges as well. So if we have both of them, then why are we not consistent? Not just tonight, but why are we just not consistent throughout these last few games? I don't know, man. That Karl Anthony Towns injury, I think it's been reported that he doesn't need surgery. That he just needs rest, and then with the rest, the inflammation will go down. But I don't know. This trade deadline, now it's looking more and more interesting. And on top of that, Josh Hart, it looks like he's dealing with some sort of shoulder issue. I don't know if it's something that was ongoing and then he just kind of exacerbated it tonight, or if it was something that just happened tonight. I'm not sure, but Josh Hart looks like he's not really able to move his arm. So I don't know. This trade deadline is going to be very interesting to see what moves we make. I 100%, I'm still on board with making a move for a suitable, consistent big that we can rely on. If it's a veteran leader or if it's a big that we can rely on to help Cat get some of the pressure, alleviate some of the pressure off his shoulders. I'm still on that. I'm still on that camp. I'm still on that boat. I think we got to send out and ship out Precious. And the trade deadline is February 6th, so we're getting closer and closer. That's what, 2-3 weeks away. As far as the game tonight, we had Jalen Brunson leading us with 26 points, 9 of 23 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3-point line, converting all 5 of his free throw attempts, grabbing 1 rebound, dishing out 5 assists in the 36 minutes that he played. Right behind Jalen Brunson, we had OG Anunoby, 18 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3-point line, converting 5 of his 6 free throw attempts, grabbing 10 rebounds, dishing out 3 assists with 1 steal, with 1 block. The last solo video I put out, which was probably like last week, I've just been swamped with work and stuff. But I did mention how OG Anunoby, it was looking like he wasn't really, I don't know, it was looking a little weird. And then we played on Wednesday against Philly, in Philly, which we got that W in overtime all day, every day. New York, let's get it. And then prior to that, it was the game on Monday against the Detroit Pistons, which we lost. I do remember on Monday, was it on Monday? I'm not sure. I'm getting my games mixed up. But OG Anunoby, there was a small period of time where OG Anunoby, the way he was looking, it wasn't great. I don't remember the stat line that he had against Philly on Wednesday. But if I'm looking at the stat line tonight for OG Anunoby, I do like what he provided. In the 38 minutes that he played, Mikal Bridges, 15 points, 6 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3-point line, converting and attempting no free throws, grabbing 4 rebounds, dishing out 5 assists. How many minutes did he play? 39 minutes. And Josh Hart, 12 points, 3 of 12 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3-point line, converting 5 of his 6 3-point attempts, grabbing 9 rebounds, no assists, 3 steals, no blocks. In how many minutes? 38 minutes. Josh Hart's stat line tonight, I mentioned it a little bit earlier in today's video. It looked like he was going through some sort of injury. I don't want to give him that excuse, but when you're looking at 3 of 12 from the field for Josh Hart, that's not his normal box score. So Got to throw a little caveat. But I'm giving you all the stats because the minutes 39 for Mikal, 38 for OG, 36 for Jalen, 38 for Josh Hart. Cat's already out with an injury. Josh Hart, it looks like, again, I don't know if he exacerbated that injury today, that shoulder injury, it looks like. I don't know if he made it worse today or if it just happened for the first time today. But I'm seeing a lot of conversation about something that everybody here, Chris and I on the Knicks YouTube channel, we always convert back to. Coach Tibbs and the minutes that he plays his players. Now, Cat's injury and even Josh Hart's injury tonight, I don't think you can really attribute that to Coach Tibbs and the amount of minutes that he plays his players. Cat's injury, it was just kind of like a fluke thing. Josh Hart tonight, it looked like a fluke thing. I don't really know if you can attribute that to Coach Tibbs playing his players 38, 39 minutes in January 2nd, you know? But then I could also make the argument is like, yo, like if those flaky injuries happen, let's say the Karl Anthony, I don't remember exactly when it happened with Karl Anthony Towns, but if it happened during a garbage minutes, Josh Hart, I think it happened like in the middle of the game, so it wasn't garbage minutes. But I'm just saying that I can make the argument that if a player goes down with an injury and if it's during the garbage minutes of a game and Coach Tibbs still has his player out there, then I 100% why whatever team that fan base is going to be rooting for, I could 100% see why that they would be annoyed with Coach Tibbs. I don't know. It's just something. And then there's also that stat of like, what, 4 or 5 of the top 10 players in the league that are playing the most minutes, that are averaging the most minutes. 4 and 5 of them are the Knicks. I know Cat's on that list. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby. Maybe it's 4 or maybe it's 5. I'm not sure. But just 4 or 5 players making the top 10 list is insane. So there's that. Cameron Payne had a good start to the game. I think he ended with 18 points, but I think 16 of them came in the first or second quarter. 18 points, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 or 5 from three-point line, grabbing 2 rebounds, dishing out 1 assist, 1 steal in 13 minutes he played. Now, on one hand, I want to say, like, Cam Payne, great, bench productivity for tonight, specifically for tonight. Great bench productivity. But then where was that? Like, I'm not on the Cam Payne bandwagon. I don't think what he's been known for his last few years in the league, as far as someone coming off the bench and being that offensive spark, you gotta show it to me. I don't really know. I don't really see it. I haven't seen it. This is all cute that he's doing in the regular season, but again, come April, and if we get into May or June, whatever, like, then I gotta see it. But as far as tonight's game, Cam Payne did have a good game, and on one hand, I could be like, Cam Payne, where was it for the rest of the night? But on the other hand, it could also be like, Coach Tibbs, why aren't you playing him more? Cam Payne only ended up playing 13 minutes, and he had a hot hand. So again, Coach Tibbs, what are you doing? He has the hot hand. Let him ride. But on the other hand, it's like Cam Payne, if Coach Tibbs, I don't even know if I could use that excuse because he played 13 minutes. I don't think that's enough. So this one might be on Coach Tibbs. My last thought is Ariel Hukporti. So like I said in the beginning of this video, Cat wasn't going to play. Out with that sprained thumb and that bone chip in his finger. On the same hand, mind you. So, of course, we have Precious Achiuwa and we got Jericho Sims to rely on. And Jericho Sims ended up getting the starting nod. I really don't know what else to say. I feel like a broken record saying that Ariel Hukporti he's there on the bench. Jericho Sims, I hate to say it, man. Like, you guys know what I'm going to say. I like Jericho Sims, all the athletic ability in the world. And with that ability, he should be a lot better than what he is. But it looks like it's just not going to pan out that way. So, even if you started Precious at the 5, Ariel Hukporti should have been the first big man coming off the bench. Or, I would have liked to see Ariel being in the starting 5 tonight and Precious backing him up. But, again, Coach Tibbs and the rookies and all that stuff, he doesn't like playing rookies. Okay, cool. Us as Knicks fans and the Knicks fan base, we know that, and I hate repeating myself ad nauseum. Like, I get it. I know. But, I don't know, man. It is what it is. And then on top of that, when I'm looking at the Knicks' past schedule, I think in the last 9 games, so I'm starting from January 1st at Utah. We got the W. And then at Oklahoma City, we lost. At Chicago, we lost. At Orlando, we lost. Against Toronto, we won. And then, was it last Friday where we had the Oklahoma City Thunder? We lost. And then we beat Milwaukee. And then we lost to Detroit. And then on Wednesday, we played Philadelphia and won in overtime. And tonight we lost. So it's actually in the last 10 games, we are 4-6. And I'm looking at the loss that we had at Chicago. That should have been a W. I'm looking at the loss that we had against Orlando. That should have been a W. I'm pretty sure Paolo wasn't playing that game. Again, so much NBA games. I could be getting my games mixed up. But Franz is still out with that injury. So even if Paolo didn't play or he played, I still think we should have got that W. Detroit, I made a video last week talking about the next 3 games because that was going to be the official halfway mark. We had Milwaukee, Detroit, and Philly. And I had us going 3-0, but we ended up going 2-1. But in that video, I said that if we lost to Detroit, I wouldn't be surprised. So I should have went 2-1, and that's what would have happened. But the loss against Detroit, like, it's respectable. I'm not mad at it. Should we have won that game? Absolutely. But Detroit's a better team this year, so I'm not mad at it. I don't know, man. It's just interesting to see like how long Cat's gonna be out with that sprained thumb and that bone chip. And then looking forward, Monday on Martin Luther King Day, we got Atlanta coming into the Garden, and then we got a back-to-back with at Brooklyn, which is a home game, but it's a back-to-back. We should definitely win at Brooklyn. And then the next 5 games, we got Atlanta, Brooklyn, Sacramento, Memphis, and Denver. Like, I think Brooklyn is the only game where it's 100% we should get that W. Without Cat, we should 100% get that W. But every other game is going to be competitive. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen from here on out up until All-Star break, which I believe is like February 12th, around that range. So we still have a couple of weeks to go. So if Cat ends up not playing, this could get ugly. But I'm going to keep it there because I could go into a lot more in detail about what the lineup should look like. Jalen Brunson needing to step up a lot more, but I'm going to leave it there. So, guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. You know the vibes. Jalen Brunson for all the MVPs. The Deuce is loose for co-MVP. Ojinobi for Defensive Player of the Year. Taj Gibson for President. We love you. Always and forever, New York. And Queens forever. You guys know the drill. I'm out. Peace.